Hi guys, so here we have a set I did a couple of weeks ago using the new Mix It Up Monday glitter sparkler. So what I've done is I've removed my client's previous set down to a thin clear base. I've done all my natural nail work and prep, and then I'm coming in with a very small bead of thin clear acrylic, so I'm just creating that nice thin base. And I'm doing a full glitter now, so I'm getting a bead of clear acrylic, dabbing it into the glitter, and then placing that on the nail. Now, as I'm putting this in the nail, I'm just kind of nudging it around with the tip of my brush. There's quite a few chunky pieces in this glitter, so use less rather than more, and just take your time to really work it into place and where you want it. And then I'm just using the body of my brush just to pat that flat and into place, making sure it's staying nice and flat. Then I'm going on to the next two nails, which are just a maintenance. So what I've done is I've filed off the bulk kind of near the apex area, because I'm going to create a new apex, and then I've done all my natural nail work prep, and then I'm coming in with the same cover pink I used previously with this set, which is CJP Amor with a little bit of the Glitter Fairies Pixie dust in Willow mixed in, so it's got a lovely gold shimmer. And exactly the same on this nail, so I'm just filling in with that Amor with Pixie dust, just in that little bit of regrowth area, and then blending down. And then on this nail, I'm coming in with a bit of CJP Amor with Pixie dust again on the tip area, and then blending up. And I'm going to do a glitter fade from the cuticle area. So I'll blend that up, and then I'll pop a base of clear acrylic near that cuticle area, blend down, and then I'll pop the glitter on the cuticle area and blend down as well. So I almost put the glitter straight on there, and then I remembered I had to put clear on. And again, less is more, so just getting little bits of that glitter, because I don't want there to be too much and make it too bulky and thick. So just using little bits of that glitter around that cuticle area, and then blending down. Then I'm going back to that pinky finger, and then I'm going to cap in crystal glass. And this one I want to make sure all of that glitter gets nicely encapsulated. It should all go matte, so I know that it's all been covered by that acrylic, and think about the shape and structure of the nail. So thinking about that apex and creating as much of the shape as I can with my brush, so that when I come to filing, I'm just perfecting that shape, not having to remove like loads of bulk or anything. And then the same with these nails, just adding a little bit of clear just to create any apex that I'm missing. Make sure I've got just the right structure. And that's all for this video. Just going to cap that in crystal glass. And for anyone else, the thumb was done as a full glitter nail, just like the pinky finger, which is why I'm not showing it. Okay, and when they're all finished and filed, I'm then going to add a little bit of one stroke. Now, you may have noticed a lot of my videos I'm not always showing the filing. A few people had commented that my nails were quite similar, and they're right, they really are. I do a lot of glitter fades, ombres, things like that. And I've said before in a previous video, part of that is it's what the clients ask for. The other part of that is, you know, it's quite easy to get stuck in a rut. So I'm trying to force myself to do more nail art, be more creative, give you guys something a little different to look every day, you know, look at every day, and also to kind of remind myself that I can do more than just glitter fades and ombres and things. So I'm now trying to do a little more artwork on all of my clients' nails, so it also means they've got nicer nails to look at. So here we go. So I'm doing a little bit of one stroke on this client. This was, I think, the day after or the same week of my one-to-one one-stroke training with Hazel Dixon. So hopefully you can see a difference in this one stroke to previous one stroke I have done. I'm still really practicing. I'm still not at the point where I'd be like, hey, check it out, like this is how I do it all. Basically I'm loading up two different colours on my brush, blending it on the back of my hand, and then I'm a bit of a tappy, wiggly, glidey. Like when I was initially trained with one stroke, you were kind of taught to either tap with the brush, wiggle, or glide. I do a little bit of everything really, so just kind of best thing to do is just to practice and figure it out, kind of like which way is best for you. And I'm just starting by doing just some outer petals in this nice kind of pink and white fade. And the one thing you'll notice whenever I do one stroke is I will not try and mirror it on the other hand. So if it's on the ring finger on one hand, it will be on the middle finger on the other hand or something like that, and be in a different corner, stuff like that, because I struggle. I do definitely struggle to mirror them up. That's something I need to work on. And I always do a second coat. The majority of people I know that do one stroke always do a second coat. As you can see, it just deepens that colour. And if your blend wasn't perfect on the first coat, you can always get like a little deeper colour, especially in the centre there. And in between each coat, obviously I'm making sure that paint has dried. So I'm pausing this, doing the other hand, and then coming back to this finger. And working on the internal petals, and I've always done it as a kind of make sure that you layer them up. So you want to layer them tight enough so that the flower doesn't look too like flat and wide, but you need enough of a gap so that you can actually see the colours in between. So obviously you can see the blend of the previous line of petals, so you can see that darker colour coming through. And I've just done those two petals inside. Now normally you should really be working on uneven numbers, and here I've done a 4 and a 2, so that can look a bit unnatural at times. So it'd probably be better if I'd done like 3 or 5 on the outside and then like 2 or 3 on the middle, because then it just, something in the eye when you look at something and it's perfectly like 2 and 4, like if you look at a flower and it's got 4 petals, it doesn't quite look right, because in nature it tends to be odd numbers rather than even numbers. Hope I'm making sense. I'm just rambling on a bit here. And then I'm going to come in and do some leaves. Now, a lot of people struggle with one stroke with their leaves. Funnily enough, leaves are the bit I enjoy doing the most. Petals I struggle with, but leaves I quite like doing. Just adding these, they're a nice little pop of colour. It helps make the design kind of flow along the nail there. Sorry I went out of shot there, it was a bit of a, my hand had to kind of like almost be back on itself with the other leaf. I'm just going to do some fine line detailing now, so I'm just using my Crystal Nails barber brush, using a bit of slightly watered down white paint. A tiny bit of that pink in, so it's not too crisp white, and then just adding little highlights, definition, just to kind of finish that off. Then on the leaves, I'm just using the same green that I've got in the centre. Just watered down so it's easier to do the fine lining with. And then we're doing the centre of the nail, just coming in with my dotting tool, just picking up. I'm starting off with a dark brown and just kind of dotting it into the centre, and then I'm getting lighter and lighter with the colours. So I'm then going to use a green, and then like orange, yellow, and then finally white, just to kind of add depth to the centre of the flower there. And I'm going to make sure that's entirely dry before top coating, so I'm going to add some crystals to one of the other nails here. So I'm coming in with my CJP gripper glue, placing a very small dot on the nail, and then I'm using my wax crayons, or wax pencil, sorry, you can use a crayon there, my wax pencil to pick up my Crystal AB Swarovskis, and I'm starting with a large size in the centre and then using smaller sizes coming out, so putting on a little crystal tiara, as I always call them, on my lady's nail. And when it's all finished, I'm going to come in with my CJP LED top gloss, and I'm going to butt it up against the crystals, not going over, just butting up against the crystals and then coating the nail. Then doing the first coat over my one stroke. And then curing that in the light for 30 seconds. Then I'm popping on my second coat and I will cure that for 60 seconds. And then when that's all cured and had a chance to cool down, I'm just popping on a little bit of cuticle oil. So there you go guys, I hope you've enjoyed that little video. Any questions or comments, just pop it below. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!